Hello everyone and welcome to this video on integrating Power BI with other applications. I am Tim Weinzappel, and in this video I am going to show how you can embed a very simple Power app into your report to capture things like comments and notes. And the other thing is creating this app can be done automatically with essentially no coding. Now, this is episode 13. If you happen to catch episode 12, I showed how you can embed a Power App directly in your Power BI report, but integrate the two so that as you select a record in your Power BI report, it would automatically update your Power App. Now, that's actually a better way. That's my preferred way, but it is more complex. This is a more simplified way. And so if you're not familiar with Power Apps and you really want to get started, this is a really easy way to get started. So let me show you what I mean by this. All right, so I've switched over to my sample Power BI report. And what you'll see here is I've just got a list of projects. I've got the project name, start date, end date, and then I got the status column. Now, what I've got then is another column called comments, and this is the column that I'm wanting updated information. Now, what I find in a lot of situations is people use Excel spreadsheets, right? So you have, say, a weekly report, a monthly report, whatever, but you're capturing information in an Excel spreadsheet. And the other thing I find a lot is then people either having to find that spreadsheet, or there's multiple versions, or they have different spreadsheets for, say, different months. But by integrating all of this information into one report, you can pull these notes and these comments directly into your report, and you're not having to go to, say, a different Excel spreadsheet or find that spreadsheet. And that's what I've got here. So let's say, for example, I'm the project manager for this project Eclipse 3, and I want to add comments. Now I've got right over here is my embedded Power App that I automatically created that is then capturing all of these comments. So what I can do is simply go over here, create a new item. Now the title field is related to my project ID, so I can go ahead and type P.103, and I can say this one is way behind, and then add it. Now it's been added to my list. You'll see it here because this is being captured. And now when I refresh my report, because that data is pulled in, you'll see it's been added right in. And that's the advantage here is I'm able to capture this information directly from my Power BI report via an integrated Power App. Now, let me show the data model for this because, again, this is just a very simple way to do it. All of this columns from project ID over to status. So all of these comments here is contained in this table here called project list. Then I have a second SharePoint list is what I'm using as my data, and that's right here. And then you'll see I've just got the title fields between the two. That's the connector in my data model, and that's this project ID here, and that is this record here. So that's how I'm tying it together. But the great thing is that all of this information is being maintained now in a SharePoint list, so I don't have to worry about different versions of my Excel files or so on. So this is a great way to do that. So what I'm going to do is show just how easy it is to create this and implement this directly into your Power BI report. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so created a duplicate of the page, and you'll see that I've deleted the app that's over there, and I also deleted the comments column that was right here. So first thing I'm going to do is let's jump over to SharePoint. You'll see here's an example of the project comments list that I was using, but we're going to create a whole new one. So let me go up here to Home, and let's create a new list. And let's call this project comments, and I will call this V2. Go ahead and create this. Now you'll see it's got the title here, and I want to add another column. Let's add a multiple lines. Let's call this comments. And that will add it. Now there's additional, I could add in more columns such as the date added in the user and other things. But for purposes of this, we're going to keep this real simple. And we're going to leave this. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in just some sample data, and I'll just create a bogus line here. And the only reason I'm doing this is that when we create the Power App, it's got some data so that you can actually see it. Now, I've got my list created, and now creating a Power App is very easy because right above here, I've got this integrate option. And if I hit the drop down, I see Power Apps and then create an app. And let's give this, let's call this edit comments. Actually going to call this V4. Now, what's happening is Power Apps is going to create a 3-screen app directly connected to the list that I just created. And this is going to give the phone layout, which is when you create Power Apps, there are several different layouts, including a phone layout and a tablet layout, and this is the phone layout. So there is right away the app that has been created for me. And you'll see I've got 3 screens, right? I've got the browse screen, which is this one right here. I've got a detail screen, which if you click on this, there's an icon right here, a little hard to see. That'll take you to the detail screen. And then there's an editing function. There's icons up here, which will take you to an edit screen. So right there, the app has already been built and it already has functionality built in. Now, the only thing I'm going to do is you'll notice this in this list here, and again, this was the sample data, is it includes this third line, which I don't want. So I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to click on the browse the gallery here, and I'm going to go over here to layout, and I'm just going to convert this from, by default, it gives these 3 options, and I'm just going to choose title and subtitle, and there it is. It's removed. There's other cleanup that I can do, but again, we're going to keep this very simple. I'm going to go ahead up here on the top right. I'm going to save it, which will save now my app. And then the other thing that you have to do is publish the app. And that will make it available into Embed and pull up when you are working in Power BI. So SharePoint List has been created. My automatic Power App has been created. Now it's time to jump back over to Power BI and let's add this in. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and add in the Power App. So there's the visual here. And let's go ahead and size this over. And again, this might take a couple of minutes for the Power App once you've published it to become available. So just be aware of that. When you go ahead and add in the visual, you're going to get these instructions, and what it needs is it needs a data field or fields here in order to activate. Now, if you saw in my last episode, which is episode 12, where I showed how you can integrate your Power App and your Power App and your Power BI report, the field or fields that you add in here are very important. But in this case, it does not matter because there is no integration. All we are doing is displaying and embedding the app. So I could choose any field from my data. I'm just going to choose the status field, for example. And now it'll say, do you want to choose an app or do you want to create a new one? I'm going to go ahead and choose one. Now, before I do that, real quick, up here, it's going to, by default, it's going to show which environment that you are choosing. And it'll always show the default one. When you go ahead and create an automatic Power App like we just did, it will put it in the default. So I'm going to leave this as is, but I do want to mention this because this up here is where the environment is. I'm going to go ahead and choose app because again, we've created it. Now, again, you'll see it has not appeared yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause. I'm going to give this another minute or so, and then I will come back. I'm going to hit the back button here, and then we will give this another second. Okay, so now you'll see that the app has appeared. Again, it just took a couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and select it and hit add. It's going to give a couple of buttons here. It does say go to Power App Studio to finalize it. I don't need to do that because we've already done that. It is going to give me ask me for permission to connect to SharePoint, so I'll do allow. The other thing to be aware of is this important box up here, which talks about you have to share the app for those that if others will be using it. So, and again, there's some instructions on how to share the app. So just be aware. But there it is. The app is already added. The last thing we need to do is pull in the SharePoint, the list data that we have. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go up here to get data, go to more, go to SharePoint, go to online list. And what I need to put in the URL. This is the base URL of your SharePoint site. There are two options here of implementation. I am going to choose the 2.0 as well as go drop down to advanced and do default. If you are not familiar with what these different options are, I do actually have a video that covers this in depth. Let me provide a link to it right now. So make sure to check that out and it'll walk through what that is. So I will do okay. Now what it's going to do is it's going to ask me to select the SharePoint list, and there's the one that I created. So let me go ahead and select that. I could go to transform data to clean this up. In this case, I don't really need to because it's going to work for me just nicely. So I will go ahead and pull that in. Let's jump over to the data model and let's pull that over here, and let's go ahead and join this to my project list data. And the field I need in my case is, again, it's title here, and it is title to the project list. Those are the two fields that will identify that. And let me just show you that just to make it very clear. If I go to my project list table, I have this title field. Again, that's my project identifier. And if I go to my comments, again, that same identifier. So I'll go back over here. Now that I've got my new comments in, let's add that comments in, and you'll see right there it's added in, and it's added in a blank row because, again, remember, this is P000. There is no corresponding record. So let's go ahead and test this out. I'm going to go over here and let's add in a record that will match. So let's just go to, say, I'll go to P100. And this is on track. And you also notice that there is an option to add attachments. You can actually do that. In this case, I'm going to ignore that. And there's the option up here to submit the item. There it is. It has now been added to my list. And let's also do this. Let's clean this up and let's remove this item. Again, fully functional app. I can go here, click on it, and I'm viewing the data, and there's an option to delete it, and it's now been removed. And now, when we refresh the data set, there it is. I've got the new comments tied to my project ID, and there you go. So right now, I've got a simple way to capture information that's going to be store the information from my newly created app in the SharePoint list, which is now pulled into my report and joined in with all of my data. So there you have it. Really easy way to quickly create a Power App, embed it in your report, and capture and track all of those nodes. So hope you found this helpful. If so, please hit that like button. And if you do, hit the subscribe. I'm going to be having some more videos integrating with Power Apps as well as some other things. So thank you again for watching.